The story of human progress is full of breakthroughs, but hidden beneath the bright headlines are inventions that powerful interests would rather keep in the shadows. Imagine a world where free, limitless energy powers every home, or where a simple chemical formula could end dependence on fossil fuels. For decades, such possibilities have sparked excitement and fear. Today we pull back the curtain on the ideas and inventions that were quietly buried, sometimes because they threatened profits, sometimes because they challenged the status quo. Take Nikola Tesla, a name you may know, but perhaps not his most radical dream. Tesla envisioned wireless transmission of electricity on a massive scale, energy drawn straight from the Earth's natural electric field. His Wardenclyffe Tower in New York wasn't just a communications project, it was an attempt to give the world free energy. Yet as investors realized free power couldn't be metered and sold, the funding dried up. The tower was dismantled, leaving only legends and a lingering question: how close did Tesla actually come? Another mystery circles around Stanley Meyer, an Ohio inventor in the 1990s who claimed to have built a water-powered car. Meyer said his device could split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen with minimal energy, producing enough fuel to drive across the country on a single tank of water. Skeptics dismissed his work as pseudoscience, yet his sudden death during a restaurant meeting, ruled an aneurysm, still fuels speculation that someone wanted his technology gone. What if his claims had even a grain of truth? In the medical world, forgotten treatments sometimes fade not because they fail, but because they challenge powerful industries. In the early 20th century, Wardenclyffe developed a microscope and frequency device he believed could destroy viruses and cancer cells using targeted electromagnetic waves. Some doctors reported surprising recoveries, but mainstream institutions labeled his work unproven, and soon his lab equipment was destroyed in mysterious break-ins. Whether miracle or myth, Ryffe's story shows how easily alternative paths can vanish. Refrigeration may seem mundane, but a quiet revolution was brewing with magnetic cooling, a method requiring no harmful refrigerants and drastically less energy. Early prototypes emerged decades ago, but widespread adoption lagged. Insiders point to entrenched chemical companies profiting from conventional coolants. Only recently has magnetic cooling re-emerged as a new, green technology, leaving us to wonder how much energy we might have saved if early ideas hadn't been shelved. Transportation, too, holds secrets. In the 1930s, inventor Charles Garrett demonstrated a car running solely on water electrolysis in Dallas. Newspapers covered the event, crowds watched the car run. Yet the design never reached mass production. Patents disappeared into corporate archives, and gasoline dominance rolled on. Was it a lack of scientific merit or the quiet hand of oil barons ensuring the world stayed hooked on petroleum? Then there's Victor Schauberger, the Austrian forester who believed nature's vortex patterns could inspire energy generation. His implosion technology aimed to create power with minimal input by mimicking how rivers spiral. Some claim his experiments caught the attention of both Nazi engineers and post-war intelligence agencies. Whether brilliant visionary or misunderstood dreamer, Schauberger's ideas about water's hidden forces remain intriguing and underexplored. Sometimes the buried inventions involve communication rather than energy. Philo Farnsworth, the actual father of electronic television, once sketched concepts for fusion energy that might have leapfrogged decades of research. After selling his television patents under pressure, his later experiments never found serious backing. Many believe corporate monopolies of the era stifled his potential second revolution. Agriculture hides stories as well. In the 1970s, agricultural scientist Dr. Richard L. Morse explored natural plant growth accelerators that could reduce fertilizer dependence. Local reports described impressive yields without chemical input, but funding evaporated when big fertilizer companies saw their markets threatened. Today, organic farming trends echo his vision, but imagine if those methods had been widely adopted 50 years earlier. Even everyday batteries have a shadow history. In 1989, John Bedini demonstrated a free energy motor that reportedly generated more output than input, hinting at overunity. Critics called it impossible, citing physics, but supporters argue his patents were quietly bought or ignored. Whether flawed or suppressed, His story highlights how breakthrough claims often meet a wall of disbelief mixed with vested interests. Let's not forget light itself. Back in the late 1800s, Sir William Crookes worked on cathode ray devices that some say could have accelerated the development of X-ray imaging and vacuum electronics decades sooner. Yet government and commercial labs redirected attention toward more profitable, incremental applications. The result? Potential leaps in medical imaging delayed, perhaps intentionally, in favor of steadier economic gain. Fast forward to today, and whispers of suppressed breakthroughs persist. From room temperature superconductors to advanced graphene energy cells, researchers occasionally announce results that could upend entire sectors. Yet follow-up studies stall, patents disappear into corporate acquisitions, and public curiosity fades. It raises a difficult question. Are these simply failed replications, or is strategic silence still alive? Behind many of these stories lies a tension between innovation and economics. Energy companies, chemical giants, and pharmaceutical empires depend on predictable profits. A single disruptive invention, one that can't be easily monetized, can ripple across entire markets. It's not always a shadowy conspiracy, sometimes it's boardroom pragmatism. But the effect is the same. Society waits longer for technologies that could help everyone. The human factor matters too. Inventors often work at the edge of accepted science, where reputations are fragile. One harsh peer review, one skeptical headline, and funding evaporates. In that environment, powerful competitors don't always need sabotage. Doubt alone can bury an idea as effectively as any secret order. Yet the internet era changes the game. Independent researchers can publish data instantly, and open-source communities can replicate experiments globally. We've seen this with open hardware, DIY fusion attempts, and community labs sharing genomic tools. Suppression is harder when information moves at light speed, though not impossible if legal and patent pressures intervene. History also shows that impossible ideas sometimes resurface. Concepts like electric cars, once mocked and sidelined, now dominate the future of transportation. Solar panels, once niche and costly, are mainstream. What was once dismissed as fantasy can become standard when timing and economics align. So should we believe every claim of hidden genius? Healthy skepticism is essential. Extraordinary energy gains must pass rigorous testing. Some inventors may have been mistaken or even deceptive. But acknowledging the need for proof doesn't erase the patterns of lost opportunities when corporate or political interests feel threatened. The bigger lesson is about curiosity and courage. Progress depends on asking questions others avoid and following evidence even when it defies convention. When society rewards safe, incremental advances over bold leaps, many potential breakthroughs remain dreams instead of reality. For creators and thinkers today, the call is clear. Share data openly, build communities that protect and replicate experiments, and support independent science. Transparency is the best defense against suppression. A world where revolutionary ideas can flourish benefits everyone. And for viewers, remembering these hidden stories reminds us that innovation is rarely a straight path. Behind every technology we enjoy may lie a forgotten pioneer who fought, and sometimes lost, against forces larger than science. The next world-changing idea may already exist, waiting not just to be discovered, but to be defended.